Well, Jesus Christ. Welcome to our 100th episode. We could not book Jesus Christ. Hello, welcome to Roll for Bull. We are an actual play live stream specializing in D&D and Odyssey the Dragonlord Greek mythology campaign that has come to a head and is in its final form, I suppose now. Its finale. And we hit the 100 episode mark and we decided, hey, we're going to take a break from that big battle and just chat with y'all. So that's what we're doing. So I was putting on some music. I actually don't have a playlist for Odyssey of the Dragonlords in my spare time, so I just listen to 7C. Anyway, I'm your GM Incompetence, suffering from crippling ADHD. But these are the Dragonlords. Say hello, Dragonlords.
Hello,
Dragonlords.
Beautiful souls. Beautiful souls.
Callie's just like, hey.
I said hi out loud, but my hand was covering my mouth because I was giggling too hard.
I'm hilarious. It's true. It's a burden to all of us. So first things first, before we get started, this Q&A will be mostly spoiler-free. Those of you that are watching know that in the last few episodes, something happened. I'm not sure. I think it turned out that Cleon is really Callista's father, and Callista's really Crayron's mother. And
Ew,
Cray is... What's up? It's a whole confusing thing. It's a whole confusing tree. And Kiana has a bachelor's in social work. So it's a whole big confusing set of reveals. And I just knocked over my dolls. I want to introduce each of these heroes such that they are before we get going. And since I don't have my dice roller up right now, I actually have a D4 right here.
Woohoo.
Allie, introduce yourself, your character, and something else you want to add, whatever it can be.
Oh,
I
dang.
really don't care.
I'm
Sounds
Allie, and my
Mhm.
character's name is Callista, and she's a satyr bardlock. That's the
Bardlock?
one. A
Barlock?
bardlock. And it doesn't have anything to do with her, but fun fact about me is that I have quite a large collection of these stupid birds you can buy at Target.
Those are great. Wait, hold on. I have the crow one. I have the raven. I have the crow one of that somewhere right over here. That's amazing. I genuinely. We're bird bonded. That's amazing.
I have mostly Christmas, and then I have 2 Halloween ones.
That's wonderful.
Because my mother-in-law found out that I like them, and now she buys them for me every year.
Oh. I thought you were going to say every time she goes to Target.
I mean,
Reed.
she would if she could.
Sorry, Reed. Stroud's dead again. Reed, go.
Hey, it's Reed. I'm here. I play the human wizard Cleon. And something. I don't know. I'm just having fun. Just out here having fun. I'm woefully unprepared. I'm not even in the headspace for this right now.
I know. Like literally, whenever I get ready for these streams, I'm always like, okay, I gotta do this, and I sit there like, okay, how would these characters talk, and what do I do with the situation? How do I open this, kind of thing. And it's not like I spend like forever, like but I get in a headset, like headspace, and then this time I was like,
headset.
we all get a headset. I get a headspace, and I was like, I don't have anything to prepare today, so I'm just gonna chill. And I've just been playing video games, and now I'm not mentally not transitioned. Okay.
I will show off Lutheria instead.
Jen, show off your Lutheria. This is incredible. Bring it close to the camera.
Camera doesn't focus very well on her.
I was gonna say
It does. It does if you hold it there a moment. Yeah.
Do the makeup guru.
The hand behind
Everyone's
it.
favorite hot mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you please?
Man.
She's half painted,
Thank you.
so she's
Olivia.
in the process.
He's
So I just stood up and I'm like, come on.
She
She
wants
wanted to see Lutheria too.
Everybody wants to see Lutheria. She's so much fun.
Oh.
Less so now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think.
She's no longer the life of the party.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jen,
The
I
death of
rolled
the
you
party.
next. Oh.
Hello, everybody. I am Jen. I play Crayron, the Wood Elf Monk. Ba-bow! Uncle to our Katie's and Ismene. Fun fact, I painted a little mini of Strahd today, but I made him very flamboyantly not Strahd.
I need to see this.
He has a big purple cloak and
Let me
bright
see if I can reach him.
pink vest.
Oh, that was hers?
And-
She didn't bring him with her?
Yeah, she left
No.
him here.
Well, because
Wait,
I
you guys
wanted
just
to
visit each
I
other?
wanted you to do good stuff to it, so it looked really cool. But
Wait, hold on.
you
You
know.
guys just get to just go hang out with each other?
yeah.
This chair
What the-
apparently is not rolling right
Oh,
now.
okay.
What
There we go.
kind
Bye.
of
There he
crossover
goes.
episode is this? That's amazing.
He's wearing
Yeah.
hot pink and purple.
Yeah, he's hot pink and purple.
Strahd would.
Nice.
He would wear purple. He does wear purple sometimes. Would he wear hot pink? That's lovely. I love that.
I'm obsessed with the fact that Ben just now learned about in real life friends.
Yeah. Well. Shut up. So. No, I mean I knew that they lived close by. I for some reason I didn't know that they lived close enough that they could just like swing by whenever.
Yeah, friends in
I don't
Calgary
know.
is different than friends in LA.
Yeah.
That's
Friends
true.
in Calgary's like 20 minutes away, maybe.
I mean, Allie and I lived like really close to each other. We saw each other like every other month for a little while. Like, and it's like that. So just this casual swing by. Just Tammy, it's your turn. Go.
I'm Tammy. I play Kiki, the Triton Barbarian fighter.
Mhm. She does. It's true.
And then carrying on that, I'm going to say that I spent my afternoon painting two little cats to represent our cat. So here's my Kiwi. She's all black. And this one here is Taylor. And I had to like look at the cat to actually get all her little tuxedo markings. So she's almost identical. And she's got a little red bow.
I love this.
And I don't normally like painting minis because I'm too much of a perfectionist and I would technically never finish.
I love knowing this about you. So, Reed, look at our numbers. I'm sorry, I know it's not the relevant thing, but it's so weird to me. So when we do an episode that has nothing to do with D&D, our viewership always goes up, and we're a D&D stream, and like the marketer in me is like, I don't know what to do with that information. So, Reed, you're kind of hosting this one, right?
Actually,
So,
Tammy
what do you
is.
Tammy, you're hosting this one.
Ooh,
Plot twist. Okay, I'm just going to drink some. We're going to call this water. We're going to hope it's not vodka. Go.
All right, so we have about 10 questions that are spoiler free.
Mhm.
And then when we get to the last two, we will definitely say that it is spoiler zone. So you could use that time to go for your bathroom break, get a snack, mute your headset, and then we could end up doing a little dance when the spoiler discussion is all done.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, of course, feel free to throw it in the Twitch chat. We are keeping an eye on there as well. So if you have a question, definitely throw it in there and we will get up with that.
There's
now
a
we're gonna-
fireplace. Holy mother.
Uh-huh.
Freaking cool, y'all.
It's
Our-
just a little
When
thing.
you bought all of your merch and made your subscriptions, it was going to
Oh.
this special effects budget. 2024.
Dancing Pumpkin Man and
Oh,
fireplace.
yeah.
And I got the shirt.
Ooh.
What does that say?
I would strongly
Recommend
it?
getting married before the
For
end of the world.
That's good advice. I love that. I love that. And that is so up to the minute, right where we can talk about spoilers. It is in the timeline of events. It is like 60 seconds from where we can talk about spoilers.
All right. So ready for question number 1 then?
No, let's do it.
All right.
No.
So question
If
number
I've never been
1.
ready in my life, I've been making this campaign like on the fly.
Is there anything you wanted to do this campaign but couldn't?
Who answers first?
If nobody else has an answer handy, I can jump in. I'll
Jump in.
fall on the grenade.
Mhm.
Not exactly something I wanted to do in the campaign, but I did have sort of initially thoughts that Euphemian was actually a woman in disguise.
Interesting.
Oh wow.
So not only was he, disguising his true self, his true identity,
Mhm.
he was like completely undercover and just using magic to keep up the thing. And that's sort of I fell off the plan for that because it just seemed like there was a lot of theory behind how to keep that going.
I think I will do one. It's gonna be about Cray, but also a little bit about everybody. I had this thought in mind, and again, I'm going to be really careful with how I word this. So first of all, the Battle of Mitros. I'm careful. The Battle of Mitros is written narratively with the expectation that the heroes are arriving to Mitros for the first time since they got the ship, which just does not match how we played at all. And we didn't play wrong. I don't think we played wrong. But like you guys know, there's things in the final battle that like it would be like, oh, why didn't you foreshadow this thing? Like, stuff like that, like things that sort of come out of nowhere. But the thing that I wanted, and I've been building towards it for a little bit for a while, and it didn't play out because of player agency, but also just the fact that like how the narrative went. Cray since the beginning has been very Sundari, very like we're not friends, but also I like you, would die for you. And Cray has been sort of fixated on his loneliness, his since he has surrendered to his sense of isolation since the beginning, and that's always been an interesting approach. And I was trying to gently set the pieces so that whenever you guys were allowed to summon allies to the final battle, they would all be connections Cray made. Because I really wanted to position it so that Cray's family would answer the call for the end, and it would be like everybody. But just for reasons both in the game's time frame and the way that the story played out, we couldn't do that. But that was something I had been slow burning for a while, and then it didn't come to pass.
That's still really cool though. Like how neat, right?
Yeah, I really wanted I wanted the person who thought he was the loneliest man in the world to have the biggest family that all stood together at Mitros. And that was my plan. So if you guys go back and watch, you can see when you guys make friends with like large groups of NPCs, I kind of highlight Cray a little bit in those scenes, and that was always my plan. That's mine. All right.
I'll jump in and go next. Originally, before we started, Reed and I were just chit-chatting, and he was forcing me to come up with a backstory and stuff like that, because I tend to do it as I go along, but he's like, no, gotta get it done. And then as we were talking, I had the crazy idea, and I alluded it to it once or twice in the game, and then it just never kind of happened that I could bring it up again. But my main idea was when Kiki had freshly gone into the water, how her skin is always kind of glistening wet, she would come out and she would have a nice full bosom. And as time progressed, or as I got drier, then they would kind of shrink. So kind of like a camel, I would carry a reserve of water on my chest. And then obviously the drier I got, the
More
smaller
shriveled.
my chest would
Are
become.
you saying your chest is like raisins?
Great.
I mean, camel humps?
Why else do you need fish? Why else does a fish need boobs? I mean, come on.
That's world building. That's world building is what that is.
And we honestly didn't really have a chance or what we were doing until we got in the volcano, and that was long into the campaign. Could I have actually said something? And I know I said a few times my top was feeling a little bit looser, and then it was nice and tight. But that was kind of what I wanted to make a thing, and it didn't exactly happen organically.
Oh, I know another answer, but I want to go after the others. Go on.
Gosh, so something that I couldn't or didn't do? I don't know. I mean, Allie, if you have something that you want to say, I don't
I'm like
really
desperately looking through my Pinterest board to see what plans I had at one point, because I honestly I re-vector so quickly that it's very much like don't need this anymore, throw it out.
I can say my other one if you want. If you want.
do it.
So this is the other one. I try not to plan for what people will do specifically, because that is like the worst thing. And I found that's the number one thing I have as a GM, is to not plan for what people will do, but to just be familiar with how you want the story to feel. You don't even need to have every contingency figured out. You just need to know how you want the story to feel, because otherwise Castle Ravenloft happens, and if you beat Curse of Strahd, you know what I mean.
I'd imagine that to a certain degree, it's part of you knowing us as well. Like,
Yeah,
you
I thought
know
I
us
did.
pretty well.
This story plays into that. Sorry, but go on.
I was just gonna say, you kind of know how I play or how Allie plays, so you can sort of anticipate to some degree
Mhm.
what we could potentially do, and then, of
Mhm.
course, we just throw you off.
So that brings us, and I'm going to again hide with the spoilers, to the battle with Lutheria, which I think I mentioned this before to you guys off camera, but I'm mentioning it on camera now. So, interesting fact, there is actually a very weird, indirect way to renew the Oath of Peace and just end the game with negotiations. It's a batshit way. And I want to go into details, but like, we have people playing the campaign, and it's not important anyway. But Lutheria is also a trickster, and for as drunken, horny, and incoherent as she is, she has like brilliant plans. She has better plans than Sidon. And I really wanted this sort of battle of the wits with high stakes. And there's a thing in the game you can do that is in the book. And I planned for it, where Allie knows what it is, where you can basically play chess with her, and if you win, you get she can't bring herself to like. She basically makes a bunch of concessions to you. She doesn't like surrender, but she makes a bunch of concessions. The fight still happens, but the concessions give you a boost. So winning the chess game actually makes the fight significantly easier. Rose, don't listen to the last 5 minutes. So I wanted the book has rules on how to make the chess game to feel high stakes, but I had something further with it. And what I was going to do, because I in my mind, Reed was going to just be like, yeah, I'll be smart to save the world. I can't resist that siren call. So I had it set up that the chess pieces were going to be made out of your crew. I had the list of the crew, and I used a random number generator to select which ones. And then every time you guys, there are 7 plays and 7 turns you take. And if you lost on this turn, this NPC would be dead forever immediately. If you lost on this turn, and there would just be a bloodbath of your NPC. Bullbug was actually, by completely random chance, the very first one on the chopping block.
I was going to say, can you share the order, like the characters that were on?
I could pull it up. And Harkus was actually, no, the very first one on the list was Harkus the squirrel. And I thought to myself, there's no way he would sit in place for this game. And I want the players to know I'm serious. I want them both. So I'm going to open the chess game with Harkus running off the board and just getting slaughtered in one of the more horrific deaths that I had planned. In my mind, Harkus was going to die immediately. He was going to run off the table. Lutheria was going to slaughter him. You guys were going to know I was fucking serious. And this was supposed to be... And this would start after you had agreed to the chess game, so you couldn't pull out of it. And so Reed would actually feel like going from the bravado of I'll be smart to save the world to, oh my God, everybody I love is actually relying on me being smart in a very direct one-to-one way that's never happened before. And I was really confident about it. And then he just fucking punched her. Like him or Cray or whatever just fucking dove in and punched her, and I just rolled initiative. And if you go back and watch that video, if I am not crying, that is my best poker face I've ever had. The hit list, the final hit list that of people that I was going to kill, because I wrote down the list of every single NPC that cared about you guys in the whole campaign. Because you guys remember how you watched those people that were like surveying the world? They were there to justify how I made this list. The hit list, the ones that you guys would be fine for: Aesop from the Dragon Shrine, Arena, the siren that was Valus's Fullen, the Bro Centaur, Harkus the squirrel, dead, Bullbug, Patria, the Amazonian warrior from the Emerald Dragon Island, Calliope, one of the women you saved from the raft, from the driftwood, Clotho, Kray's friend, Dorak, the monk from the Emerald Island, and Wrecker, one of the dwarves for you guys trolled from the wreck. Calliope and Wrecker, both the survivors of the wreck, would have been on the chopping block, along with Bullbug and people you guys haven't even talked about in a year. So it was supposed to be like the worst clip show, and then you guys just fucking went and did that. My lights are making me fuzzy.
Honestly, you chose violence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
you
that
guys
to
chose
yourself.
violence. My camera's being weird. Please continue.
Okay, I actually have an answer now. So,
Because I vamp for time. I'm a hero.
yeah. So it's actually tied into the way
That's
that I
worse.
kind of. Ben always gives me a hard time about this, but I really like to build my characters so that they kind of move into niches that are like unfilled. I don't like to overlap a lot with other people.
Mhm.
So like my original plan for Cal was for her to be deeply ingrained, and I don't even know if I've talked to Ben about this. This was just like my headcanon, to be deeply ingrained in the cult of the snake.
Oh.
I wanted her to be that person who is the intel getter for all of these like wealthy socialites, and like goes into these parties and doesn't necessarily steal anything, but then kind of comes back and reports in on like goings on in the city, and maybe pockets a key, maybe tells them where the valuables are, things like that.
This
And
is not working.
just the way that the character development shifted, it didn't really come to pass. But that was like my original plan, was to have Callista be a little more nefarious. I feel like I wanted her to be a little bit more. So my last character I played before this was like very like white knight, protect everyone at all costs, and I really wanted Callista to be a little bit more amoral and a lot more selfish, and I think that kind of fell by the wayside pretty quickly.
I knew that, and that fell as soon as you met Ismene. That was gone the moment you met Ismene.
That's pretty
So
true.
yeah, that never happened, but I really
And I
wanted to
think,
play a selfish character, and I just couldn't get
well,
it to work with
I
Callista.
think
So
too that Cray was such a weird, kind of curious person that Cal's curiosity was like, no, I'm gonna put little hearts all around your head as you walk off while he gives you the finger. You know what I mean?
hmm
You know? I
yeah.
think what I wanted to do with Cray is I wanted him to be like the Disney princess of like, in the sense it's like he wanted to have Jellybean as a dog. He wanted the rogue dragon. He thought gave Harkus the like little nuts that he gave. Like he wanted to like be the Disney princess in a sense, but he never, he didn't really. He just wanted to have like a bunch of animal friends.
Oh, how did I never notice that Cray's the I hate all people but love animals person
Yeah.
until you said that?
You wanted to
Absolutely
be
did not
nicer, and
notice.
Callista wanted to be meaner. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that so much.
I wanted to be like the you sing and then all of a sudden there's birds coming and coming down to help out or whatever. But it turns out to be
Jesus,
like,
that's so.
yeah. That's what he was trying to like. Well, that was my main thought, and I'm like, nah, he wouldn't really be like that. He'll be like, nah, fuck everyone.
That's what Cray does when he's in the Colossus alone. Puts on the blankets and the burlap sacks. Ah, ah, ah,
Mm.
ah.
He has
With, like, ribbons
an
in his
Anna
hair.
for the first time in forever moment where he dances around and pretends to be at a royal ball.
What was that? What was that one about how like in order to be a Disney princess you have to like look at yourself in water and sing to yourself or something? It was from a movie. The
That
Wreck-It
is.
Ralph one, the one after
Yeah,
Wreck-It
yeah.
Ralph. Yeah.
Are you cursed?
And
I-
kind of touching on that question there, Fatima asked in the chat for Ben, was there anything you hoped would happen or didn't, or was there something you planned that didn't happen? Was there something else maybe that you're able to share with us now? Or did
I
that
think.
cover everything?
I think my plan was what was other things that I had planned? I think that was basically it. The island of the fate where you guys could look at the sort of the madness of the world, the Maw, and you can like listen to the powers and gain powers. I think that one, if I remember right, it has like equal chance of giving you a boost versus like fucking you over. And I really wanted someone to hit the chaos button on that.
Oh
Because there's
God, I
always
know.
somebody who does.
We were
But
so
like
close. Oh, Allie,
you
you were
guys
so close.
I know.
you guys managed to resist. Because that one does some really crazy stuff, and some of it's really good. I wanted more oath breaking just for the narrative, because there's a guide as to what happens when the oath is broken. People can turn into animals. You can be put out of the game, stuff like that. And I think that's narratively really interesting.
I think you put the fear
But
of God in us, though, when it
yeah,
came.
it came off too much. I was a little too strong on that. Oh, that was the other one. I'm flipping through the player's guide to try and remember things. You guys gave the sword back to the Titan after Hypnos, and that haunts me because I feel like I can do narrative threads pretty well, but I'm just one girl in this big, busy world, and I forget things. And you gave him the sword, and I tried to do some stuff with it. I had a scene with it, and then I ended. But the scene was like okay. It was like okay. And then Reed, I think it was either Reed or Tammy. I think it was Reed messaged me. He's like, you know that you like set up an arc for that, right? Like that was the conclusion of an arc. And I was like, oh shit. And so like there was like so much. And then I made a note to pay it off again before the final battle. And I'm remembering right now that I didn't do that either. So the sword just has twice never got its payoff that I made very clear. Because honestly, because it literally never occurred to me that you guys would take the sword, keep the sword, learn the sword, then find the Titan, then connect the dots, then give it back to him. Like that's
We're the
obviously
good guys.
well, the book doesn't expect you to do that because the book assumes you guys are assholes. So the book's like, oh, they'll get the sword, they'll learn its backstory, and now it does +3 damage.
Book doesn't know me.
It does, yeah. So I have been. Sometimes I sit back and I think like, I know that I'm not saying I'm the best storyteller ever. I really don't think that I am, and I know that I have a lot of places that I can improve. And sometimes there's stories that I'm proud of that you guys are like, oh, you could do better, and that's fine. That one, I'm like, yeah, I legit How I Met Your Mother, the landing on that one. I just absolutely, and that bugs me. So there we go.
I kind of like how this is almost like getting stuff off your chest.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I'm like, it's that scene in Pushing Daisies where they're like, she comes back to life, and she's like, is this what it's like? You just get to tell the truth, girl. We should ditch.
That's what we need to rename these question and answer periods.
What's
Our
that?
therapy session, group therapy.
Group therapy.
It would just
You
be,
know,
like,
for the
Curry
personal
going,
trauma,
uh-huh.
casual sex things.
Oh my god, yes, personal trauma, casual sex, that's right. Perfect.
Let's go on to question number 2. Who is the chaos gremlin in this group or in this campaign?
Chaos
Why does there
gremlins?
have to be one?
I know, why can't it just be all of us? 'Cause I feel like we've all been, like, chaos gremlins.
I
know?
literally feel like everyone except for maybe Kiki has done it multiple times. Like Kiki has absolutely been the anchor, and even she is a little bit of
Yeah, I
of
feel
a
like
troublemaker.
yeah. I feel like if you were all balls off the wall, like, I think we'd all just be like, "Blah, blah, blah, blah," but Kiki would just, like, maybe go in there once or twice, you know?
Yeah, so
Reed.
What?
Sorry, I said Reed. But please go on.
Yeah, I guess it depends on are you asking characters or players?
Yeah.
How about both?
I mean, the question originally came from Ben, so let's go ahead and give that back to him.
I forgot that I wrote this. I'm good. All right, go ahead.
Go ahead. We were giving it back to you to tell us if you wanted
Yeah.
players or characters.
Oh, okay. If I want to play characters, right? I don't listen when it's not me talking. Let's go with players. I want to go with players.
I mean, I feel like Callista's the only character, at least so far, that I've had to cast a magic spell to physically impede.
Yeah, Allie, if Reed did not do that, I don't see a way that I didn't kill your character off.
I had a backup.
I know. But like,
I rolled for fun to see what it would have been.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna try not to make this monologue as long because I know I fall in love with my voice. There's a thing players do in D&D where they think that if they can outsmart the literal words of somebody, that they will win. but I'm trying to simulate a real world, and villains don't go, you got me. You got me.
Unless they're Fae.
Yeah, no, that's true, unless they're Fae. But, like, and it's something I've seen with players where someone's like, you will, like, in Straw, they'll say, you'll never see Irina again. And then I have players that are like, okay, well, we'll just wear blindfolds and protect her the whole time. And it's like, Straw's not gonna be like, oh, well played. Straw's gonna be like, okay, well, I break your fucking neck now. So, like, Allie, this is the Fury, for those that don't know, we're talking about the Furies taking away Pythor and basically telling the players they couldn't help. And Allie tried to give Pythor a playing card, which was very clearly a loophole so that they could use divining spells to find him and save him a day later. And Reed cast Polymorph and just turned her into a bird and physically pulled her back. And yeah, I would have had the Furies. They probably would have turned you into an animal too, and probably would have let you loose, and it would have been so hard to find you that I would have just said narratively she's dead, roll a new character. That was what I was planning to do if Reed did not stop you.
So if Reed didn't turn me into an animal, you would have turned me into an animal?
Yeah, probably.
I just heard?
Either
Amazing.
way, it ended in you being a bird.
Yep.
Short term versus long term.
I feel like player-wise, like, I feel like Jen is the troublemaker player-wise.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
But I think that might just be me pointing the finger away from myself, because I feel like every campaign I've ever been in, I've been the wild card. Because I'm just raw impulse. But just Jen, there is just something about the way that you play that is so long con. Like, it is so sneaky, and it pays off so often. Like, it is so funny every time because I forget you're doing it. Like,
To be
it's
fair,
so good.
like, honestly, the only thing that I knew I wanted to do was that fight with Kiki to bring me into the oath.
Just like, okay, but like the long con on that last session before the end of the world where like we had that big moment with you at the end. Like, I was just like, yeah, whatever. Jen's just like, I like forget that you're gonna do these things. You know what I mean? It's like I let my guard down and then you get me every time. And it's always so good.
Well, thank you. I mean, I don't actually know. I just play Cray as if he was like, the dumb shit that he is, right? But he's like that kind of guy who's like, you don't really know where your place is with him, but you absolutely know that when you need him, he's there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, but most of the time he's like, fuck off.
I think all never mind. That's a different topic. I'm gonna let you guys go. Who else think? Tammy, who do you think is the Chaos Gremlin?
I mean, Reed is right in having said for the character, definitely Callista. I mean, she's sweet and cute, but she's got a mouth on her. But at the same time, oh my God, so does Cray. Cray does it on purpose, it seems, to get a rise out of you. I think Callista, it just sort of ends up being that way based on what's happening. It's not like she's planned to come in and I'm going to bitch you out and, player-wise, like, I have to point the finger at Reed.
Yeah,
Just
I was gonna
because
say.
I've played so many campaigns with him, I still don't know how his brain works, but he always has things planned and up his multiple sleeves.
Sister,
And-
same.
How many shirts are you wearing?
Exactly.
Well, like the fact is that, we were into that one scene in where we were in his dream, and that's when we found out he wasn't actually Euphemian, he was Cleon. And then there's like another thing in where, he always has these little bits that just throws you off and you're like, what?
I mean, Reed plays like a DM. Like,
Yeah.
he plays like he's running a campaign inside of someone else's campaign.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
It's so fun. But Chaos, I don't know.
See, I feel like you're both of those people, Reed, and so it's hard to say that you're one or the other.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like I can say like, oh yeah, Tammy's usually the party in this picture, right? And like Jen's usually that one PC. But like you take turns.
Yeah.
You alternate.
The thing with Reed is I don't think he's The thing with Reed, I don't think he seeks to hit a chaos button. I think Allie and Jen can be like, oh, I'm going to hit the chaos button and see what happens. I think Reed is
Calculated.
Reed is playing the scripted notes of a song that only he has the sheet music to. Because he'll do things that just completely make sense for his character. And I, for the longest time, was setting up, just like Jen with the family, setting up Cleon and Valis to be like the two smartest people in the room that understood each other. And Reed pointed out lately, I haven't played Valis as clever as I wanted to, which is true. But I wanted them to be the two smartest people in the room and to bond over that. And then later he's like, yeah, no,
I don't have time for you.
fuck the gods. And also I don't believe in them. And also like I support, and I worship a ship now. My ship. And I'm just like, and it's like all in character, but I'm sitting there and I'm like, but I had all these scenes with you. What? And it makes sense, but it's just not what I was doing. And then like the punching Lutheria and stuff like that. Just the way that like he does things that make a lot of sense, but are just never what I would have expected from my understanding of his character until I see it. So it's the hardest. It's never chaos, but it's always just unpredictable, which I guess is different. But
I
there's
kind of
that.
want to riff off that question for you, Ben. If you could choose an NPC that was a Chaos Gremlin, who would it be?
Oh, I guess
Harkus.
Kyra's the obvious answer, but Harkus is really fun. Bullbug, you guys got, he might be Bullbug. You guys got so protective of him
Oh, yes.
that you guys saw what I was setting up with him a mile away. Not just the sacrifice, but just
And it was wrong.
And you guys don't. There are multiple times where I set him up to die a noble but dumb death, and you guys were like, no. There was a scene that I had in my head. When you guys saved him during the Colosseum, my next plan was that because again, for those of you that don't know, I'm going to open this. Bullbug wasn't meant to be a character. He was meant to be an emotional beat, and the players put in more work than I've ever seen a campaign do keeping him alive.
Like
but
Roger Rabbit in that one cartoon with the baby.
Yeah, that was what happened. Well, what I had planned for him originally, because I was like, okay, I want this emotional beat, and I don't want to railroad you guys, but I still want it to happen. When you guys were getting ready to leave for the Ultras to go on the ship for the first time, he was going to tell King Acostus what he really thinks of him. And it was going to be this moment where he was publicly executed for doing that. And he was really be like, yeah, thanks for nothing. By the way, you suck, and these are clearly the real heroes, so why are you guys even denying it? And Acostus would have just had him executed. And Valis would have been like, yeah, no, Acostus is wrong, but also, we can't just let people decide that they don't serve the king anymore because, like, that's not, like, basically she's like, yeah, he's wrong to kill him, but also my hands are tied politically. And it was supposed to be this thing. He was supposed to get himself killed. And then there were supposed to be moments where, like, he got himself into trouble. And I would like tease it just to play fair, and you guys would like 100% of the time catch it. That was one. Lutheria, I wish I'd done more chaos with.
Don't mess with our family, Ben.
Yeah, I was also setting up Bullbug to fucking sacrifice himself, and then you guys just cut the adventure short to go punch Lutheria in her dick. Which she can have everything, by the way. She's a Titan, so don't even ask what's down there. But anyway, that was it. That's my answer. Okay.
Changes from day to day, doesn't it?
Whatever fits her mood.
Whatever fits the other person's. Anyway, go on.
Hey, yep. All right.
Sorry. Hey, Tammy's mom isn't here.
Question
I
number
always check
3.
when I say something horrifying.
Question number 3. What is your backup character?
Yes.
What, if anything?
I'm going to tell you right now, two of these fuckerinos have backup characters that has become increasingly clear they might like more than their player characters, because I put them in. They both laugh because they know who they are. Because I put them in danger. Because I'm answering for you. I'm so sorry. I'm such a narcissistic bitch. But I have like this thing where like my players know I always play fair. If it's a situation where you might die, I give you a heads up because I don't ever want my players to feel like the character death is unfair, except for Craig. So I start up sessions and I'm like, tell them like before, I'm like, hey, this is going to be a tough session. If we go into the situation, I'm going to be coming to kill your characters, just so you know. And I'll let them out themselves, but at least two people will constantly message me, just so you know that's okay. Just so you know, you're really okay with that. I have a backup, and I've been keeping them level to the story. And they both send me that shit every time I give a death warning. You guys can introduce yourselves. That's fine. I don't care anymore.
Well, clearly we know Reed and Mel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I made Mel, and she's found a special spot in my heart because I love Rangers. Like my first character was a Ranger. I've loved them from the very beginning. And Mel is fun.
Every time they're in a fatal situation, Reed messages me a reminder that he's kept Mel leveled and she could be introduced the same session Reed died, or Euphemian dies. He has done that like almost every. I know he's never said it, but so this isn't like canon, but I'm 90% sure he likes Mel more than Cleon and is just honor bound to play Cleon.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that's entirely true.
But 90% true.
You know, I feel like Cleon is that, fine, reliable car that you drive every day. It's a Ford Fiesta. It gets you where you're going. You're happy to have it. There's nothing wrong with it. And then Mel is a sports car that you only get to pull out on. You only get to pull it out on, perfectly sunny days. 6 months a year, you have to keep it tucked away in the garage.
These are wedding bells.
My
now
car.
I know it.
I actually,
who else?
Yes, and no, I do have a character. I mean, I do have many characters. I wasn't expecting any of them to actually be part of our campaign. But if that was the case, I actually wanted to bring out Tyrina from Allie's one shot. Because she's so messed up in the head. Like, she's just like, oh, cool. Yeah, you need healing? Here you go. Off I go to explore the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, she's just so random. And I think that would have been so great.
Yeah, for me, I think the one shot we were going to do that quickly devolved into Curse of Strahd was actually going to be us playing our backup characters. For me, it's less that I like her more, and it's more that I would love to see the way that the group dynamic would shift with her in the party. Because she is like if Chandris didn't joke.
Oh.
Just for all on the table, she's a cleric of Valis, and she believes Valis can do no wrong.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, her entire personality is like, that doesn't make any sense. That's a terrible decision. And quite honestly, why would you sacrifice the world for one person? Just completely the opposite of Callista. And also because I've never played a character that had any kind of restraint. So I was like, I'd love to play a character that's a little bit more restrained at some point.
But do you think that character and Chandris would actually get along or not?
No, I think they'd hate each other. I think canonically they would have both worked in the...
Oh, absolutely.
I haven't talked to Ben about this, but I think canonically they would have both worked in the palace at the same time, and I think they would have been rivals.
Oh, Chandris would hate her. Chandris ultimately... I mean, he's very... people say nihilist and they don't know what it means, but he is very nihilist in like that life is the value that you give it, which he's given it the pursuit of pleasure. So someone who just does not have fun is just antithetical to how he views the world at the end of the day. So he would have hated her.
Cool.
And I mean, to that point also, I think Mel would be really fun in that, because I think Cleon is sort of spun, he's been the leader. If not practically speaking, he's certainly taken the lead on a lot of things. Mel would not follow that role, so it would be interesting to see what happens with the rest of y'all.
Power vacuum.
Yeah.
I have thoughts on that, but that's not relevant. All right, go ahead. I love this.
I have a theory about what would happen if there was a power vacuum with the three of us left, but I can't speak to it for certain. But I feel like Jen and I would force Tammy into that position.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I feel like character-wise, Cray and Cal are like the little, like, the younger siblings of the group. Like, we just go off and get into trouble all the time.
They just talk. They're big talkers.
Right? Exactly.
On the
Push
other
the
hand,
button,
when we
no.
were like trapped with Lutheria's madness, Callie did take the lead.
That's right.
Unhappily, but yes. Yeah.
Right.
Like, I would do it. I would be happy to play a character that steps into that role. Cal is like, I've never made a decision in my life. I'm not about to start now.
That I keep having things I want to go off about, but I know that I'm dominating time and they're not even the topic, so I'm gonna bite my tongue. Go on. Go on.
Kiki?
Tammy didn't have a backup character because that's not how I play. When
Can
I
I-
For
put
real?
my time and thought into my fucking character, I plan on going all the way with her. Past death. Like, death is not even an option.
Wow.
So for that one shot we did, I had to hurry up and put together a character. And I don't even remember anything about her, honestly.
Can I say, by the way, that the premise of this campaign makes permadeath fucking terrifying to me? Like in Curse of Strahd, Strahd's testing you all. So if one of you dies, Strahd goes, "Oh, you failed. Let me pull someone else in that might be more interesting." Very easy to do. Very easy to justify. If one of you dies in this thing, I have to find some way for Versi to go. And the second verse of the prophecy, like I don't know. Like what's about like if
And
we
stage
like,
left is this person who's been level 12 this whole time.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You guys, it is. I mean, technically anybody could be as strong as the four of you, but it is very heavily implied that you four are at the power level you're at because it was your destiny as gods. If Cleon fucking dies and like Milpomene just like rolls in here, like, oh yeah, also there was this archer that was every bit as helpful as Cleon in every way, shape, or form, and she's a timp that joined on Wednesday. Like, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, Fatima gets me. So I've been so scared. I've been willing to do permadeath, but every time it's on the table, I have this low-key anxiety of like, how do I justify the new character in a way that won't break immersion?
Mhm.
I don't know.
So Fatima put in the chat that Kiki comes back as a ghost. Ben, you and I have to talk. How do I make this happen? How do I make her kick ass? It's Kiki. She's going to have some fabulous, awesome ghost powers.
Okay,
This is what I
no
tell people.
joke, and Ben might say this, but there was a character in our Curse of Strahd campaign where that was literally almost a thing.
Oh,
Which one? Who?
Mercedes.
Oh, yeah.
In the Amber Temple.
Well, Van
Yeah.
Richten's
When
guide
I
to
was
Ravenloft.
actively crying because I was like, but what if I just move her? And you're like, you'll die too.
Yeah, no, Reed's got it. There's Reed's Red Ravenloft has a I've done this to play. I've had to play the longest campaign I've run is a paid group that's been going for about 4 years now, going on 5 years. And they I killed one of their characters, but there's a race in Van Richten's guide called Reborn, which basically means you died and got better. And he died in a room full of this sort of magitech, like Final Fantasy thing, where it's both magic and technology. And it's like, what if Victor Frankenstein both used magic and technology in his works? So they basically put him on the slab and revived him. But he built another character that was the reborn of him. But also, because of the faultiness of the tech, he had all the memories and personalities of everybody else that had been experimented on that slab before.
Oh wow.
And I say this to say, Kiki, if you were a ghost, I love the idea of a reborn, but making it interesting and narratively distinct enough that it doesn't just feel like an excuse to keep going with the same character.
or that Cleon's into necromancy or
Wow.
Sometimes you just
necrophilia.
want to
Sorry.
crack open a cold one. Sorry, go on.
Oh God.
Temple of Kiki, you know?
Uh,
Hmm.
That was a good question.
All right. Question number 4. La 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 la. I'm waiting for it to
Please don't.
switch because I gotta go. Okay, question number 4. What would Kiki and Cleon's wedding look like?
I mean,
Grace
I mean-
bachelor party in suits. Sorry, go on.
I mean,
Go ahead,
Go
Reed.
on.
I know this is a bit of a downer, but I don't think that wedding is on the table here. I think, like, I see
Oh.
Kiki and Cleon as being like that couple who gets together and then breaks up and then gets together and then breaks up.
Really?
Yeah, because Cleon has a lot of damage. And until such a time as he can acknowledge that damage, I don't think that he can have a healthy relationship. It's working good now because it's always, exciting and fun. But when it comes to settling down and,
I'm gonna go
paying
buy
taxes,
groceries.
I don't know if that's in the cards.
Okay, because
That's
we have a
interesting.
fucking time skip between the two campaigns, and now I'm scared for mommy and daddy. Tammy, what was your answer before Reed just?
No, when we were talking about it, it kind of does make sense. I don't know. I mean, she's 128, I believe. She would be ready for it, But if Cleon, well, sometimes they need to get their shit together. She clearly is a patient person.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if she's got a lifespan that like dwarfs his, theoretically, you could
Yeah,
just
you
wait.
could wait. You could just wait him out.
I mean, it's kind of a weird dynamic. You have to sort of think of it that, for Cleon, this is like a lifelong marriage. And for Kiki, it's like, yeah, it's my second dog.
It's my second. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Let's get to
Oh my
Tyler and
God.
Callista's relationship in a minute. Oh
I
man,
feel very.
What would you guys have thought?
I thought it would be a big deal.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I thought you guys would do like a common law thing. Just be like, yeah, we're kind of married now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be like a big to do. I kind of assumed that it would be one of those things where it's like y'all just came back one day after everything was done and we're like, yeah, we're married now.
Yeah.
Like happened off screen somewhere.
So I'm gonna be very vague, and you guys know, like, this is disarming a bomb the way I'm gonna word this, and I'm just because I'm a dramatic bitch, but like, you guys know that before the actual end of days, Valis was planning to step down as queen, and I saw a path where you didn't have a wedding. The two of you were coordinated together.
Oh,
And
that would
I
be
don't
really cool.
know if that's still possible and if it's what you guys want. Again, I feel like I'm disarming a bomb with how I answer this. But like
Ooh.
that was always I guess there were 20 endings to Return of the King. One of them was gonna have an impact on me.
Ah. Ah.
Oh, I like that. That's really
Whoops.
cool.
That's very cool.
And the fact that like maybe Chandras would like still be on the council or whatever, that'd be really friggin' like a circle, for him.
Would you let Chandras on the council, Cleon and Kiki? If you two ended up ruling
Theoretical.
Mitros?
He'd probably be on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea to have a dissenting voice.
If you've played Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright and Edgeworth end up in a situation where they just they basically argue like hell as almost as a form of showing their affection with each other. And I think that would all be Chandra's relationship with Cleon by that point.
Mhm. Well, especially
Um,
everything that happened to Colossus. I mean, now it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh man,
All right.
Tima needs to get rid of the smell out of that place.
If I talk any further, I'm start spoiling things, but yeah. Proceed.
All right, for everybody, question number 5. Who is your favorite NPC now?
Oh God, favorite NPC.
I mean, I'm still soft on Bullbug. Like, he's just such a big lovable idiot.
Kind of like Bulbug's mom.
Say, I really liked her with
course.
my interaction there, yeah?
Yeah. Like she's
I
like Bulbug, but like fucking even more. You know what I mean? Like it's the best.
I love Chandris because he had a slow burn arc that worked. Because him getting you guys into the Nether Sea required me to play him one way, where he was both manipulating you guys and having his redemption arc at the same time. And it was when he got Kiki to go into the Nether Sea, I was like, "Holy shit! I hit the landing on this one." That was fun. Kyra. So anybody that knows my games or knows my GM style knows that I'm a weird, lazy ADHD idiot, and I don't read the books all the way through. I read them a chapter or two at a time. I read them sections at a time. And also, this book doesn't really give a lot of guidance on the emotional state of the characters. So I thought of a few fun twists for Kyra about the reveal that she was a god, not a bard, and all that stuff, and all those things. The way that you guys have been seriously engaged with her, I think she might be one of the most nuanced characters I play besides Strahd. And I'm very proud of where she's landed, but it took a while for me to find her voice properly. So I'm proud of the work I did with her. So that's my answer on that one.
Cal? Or Cal. Allie?
You can't ask me to pick between my spouses. That's crazy.
Well, pick a third one.
Although
What is it?
technically I'm only married to one of them, so I guess. I think what it is like I think my favorite might be Bulbug,
Mhm.
but I think Cal's favorite is Kyra.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what I think where I think that came from. But if I were to pick someone that is like not romantically involved with my characters,
Not someone you're
um,
banging, which takes out most of
honestly,
the
I was
ship.
gonna say we've that eliminates quite a few. Honestly, I fucking love Pythor. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like I mean, okay, it was kind of an impulse, right? But like, it's not an accident that he's the one that I was like, I'm gonna die saving him. Uh, there's just something about him that like he's come so far, and every scene he has with Kiki is so emotionally impactful. And it was just
Mhm.
something that I did not see coming out the gate. Like, I didn't expect it, and every time he opens his mouth, I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah. Every time.
Yeah. Tammy, you permanently changed that character when you approached him with emotional sincerity. I'll tell you right now, his stat block assumes that he's a lovable alcoholic the entire game.
Mm.
And the night you got him to stay sober, I was like, this is a whole new character now. Like I was like, it was so because you brought out something so great there, and everything about him after that has been in response to your role playing.
Mm.
So that was amazing.
I have to say, Tammy's roleplay is friggin' like on point.
Your
Like,
improv is
so good.
Mhm.
chef's kiss.
Yes,
So
yes.
good.
That's the thing with Tammy. Like, okay, that's the thing with Tammy, and I say this because I talk a lot. I was having my NPCs like bluster in there, and like Reed's got like I've got these huge plans, and Allie's like, I want to bang on the NPCs, or whatever. Like, you guys all have like these things that you're putting out there. Tammy,
Played with you for a whole year before I even introduced that thought.
yeah, but you introduced the hell out of it. So Tammy very rarely seeks to make scenes about herself, and sometimes I ping people going like, "Oh, what do you want your arcs to be or whatever?" And Tammy has like some ideas, but like Reed will be like, "Oh, well, here's this epic thing," and Calista will be like, "Here's this epic thing." And Tammy will be like, "Oh, well, I'm making a necklace and I got vibes," and it's like cool. So like she doesn't really have like she doesn't hit me with like these broad tapestries, but then like when the scene does organically become about her, she's fucking. You put so much emotion into those scenes, and I'm like, okay, well, Tammy hasn't pitched an arc, so I guess she'll be kind of chill, laid back. That's fine. And then the scene comes back to you, and like mentally, emotionally, I'm like trying to keep up with you, like fuck. Well, I guess I'm trying to. Okay, I'm trying to. Like it's just like it's so yeah. And
I
you're
put the
good.
GIF in the chat.
No, the railroads, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, it's not necessarily all planned.
Yeah, it's good though.
I'm
Everyone else is-
literally as Kiki in that moment.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, Tammy lives with the emotions on her sleeve.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, what I love about it is that she's like, when she knows there's something that's coming up, she just goes, my tissues. I need my tissues. And then she really cries for real. And you're like, oh my God, where are my tissues? Like,
Hey, but I'm here.
Sorry
Yeah,
about that, guys.
No,
I've
Never
genuinely,
apologize.
sincerely pushed myself to be a better actor in your scenes to meet your energy.
Oh,
Like I put more thought
man.
into my performance for that on some of them. Pythor and yeah, absolutely.
I for me, the question. Sorry, Fatima, I've made her cry many times too. I don't have a favorite NPC now. I think that my favorite is still definitely my interactions with Pythor. When I'm dealing with Vulcan as well, it's Pythor and Vulcan, but because there's been more Pythor lately, I think definitely Pythor a lot more.
I'm gonna do the Larry King thing. Say expound on that. I'm curious your thoughts on Vulcan because I really genuinely think I dropped the ball on how I played him. So I'm curious as to your thoughts on him. I didn't think his name would come up once during this.
He was that annoying old man, fluttery, like not paying attention. It was so fucking annoying and it was so well done. Um, and then when I found out that that was just an act, then I could see a little bit more of there was some similarities there with Pythor, which makes
Mhm.
sense. Father, son, grandpa, family.
And I have
Um,
one old man voice. Yes, go on.
but no, I definitely it's like I got him and I understood why he was making that acting that way.
He's just
Um,
tired.
it's
He's just tired. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to talk about the spoilers, but guys, he's just tired. But go on.
Aren't we
Like the
all
Kiki
most majority of
thinks
us.
she got him.
Yeah.
relatable?
And
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah, I guess Starlight does count as an NPC, so Starlight is also kind of one of my favorites too.
Hey, yeah, but we can't introduce the babies. That changes the entire game.
Yeah. You have to admit, the babies are really all friggin' cool. Like, I love how
Yeah,
you play the dragon, like little dragonlets, dragon babies,
dragonlings.
dragonlings. They're just so
Wheeling
cute.
dragons. Yeah. I'm glad you like them.
So every time I'm not ready for how funny they're gonna be.
Oh my God. Every time.
I- they're fun. I have more thoughts on them, but we'll save that for later, I guess.
Little aliens.
Mhm.
What is your inspiration on acting as the little wormlings, Ben?
Younger people see the world in a way that completely makes sense from the frame of reference that they have. And also, creatures have instincts. So their instincts are to hoard and to be powerful and wise and to be confident. So it just does not occur to them otherwise. It does not occur to them to question themselves, to question their instincts, even though those instincts are very incomplete and very unfully formed. And I just like doing that. And also, I like giving younger NPCs very child-specific personality flaws because I think that the players react to that really well. It's a lot of fun to see. And also, dragons are fun. The baby dragons. The Icarus is fun because he sees the world in a very selfish way, and
Be less poor.
yes, and the
Oh my
little
God.
the little dragons are fun because the world just makes sense to them in a way that doesn't make sense, and it's delightful. That's all I got.
All
Any
right,
more questions?
question number 6 is more for Ben. What was
Oh,
your
what?
plan? What was your plan if Kiki had simply wished away the end of days?
Oh, that's a good question.
If I had dropped that bomb on you.
Honestly, truly, sincerely, I did not have one because I don't think that you guys. Every group is playing D&D in a different way, and I think you guys are playing D&D to make a story that you want to talk about later, not to win. I had contingency plans for a few different things I thought you might wish for, including the one that you did. It did not occur to me once that you would make a wish that would flip the table, which is what that would have done. And if you... Okay, I know exactly what I would do now, just off the top of my head. You guys ever play Chrono Trigger? Who's played Chrono Trigger, the four of you? Okay, so the final fight of Chrono Trigger is a time travel thing, where, because it's basically the whole game's about time travel. You fight the final boss outside of time, and when you're fighting them, the backdrop is this sort of kaleidoscope shifting landscape of all of the locations you've been through the whole game, because one, time's broken. Two, I always find this incredible sense of scope that the game is visually reminding you of the stakes of this fight. Like, you are fighting for this castle, you are fighting for this country, you are fighting for these people. It's all flashing through the background. If you had wished away the end of days, I would have put you back to fight the Titans before the oath was made.
Ooh.
And I would have probably done some time fuckery imagery like I just described there. And it would have been basically a Colosseum brawl to prevent the oath from ever happening.
Oh wow, that's nuts.
And then I really don't know how the second campaign would have started, but that's what I would have thought. That's what, off the top of my head, with as much time now as you would have given me if you wished for it then, that is what I would have come up with, is I would have put you in a fight with Lutheria and Sidon in a sort of psychedelic pocket dimension to determine whether they were ever alive for the oath to happen in the first place.
Buddy.
That is freaking nuts to
That's
think
why
about.
you
to
do
be
what you
honest.
do.
That's right.
And now I'm going to put the Chrono Trigger thing in music and stuff in the chat so you guys can see why it's such an inspiration to me. But go on.
I love it. That's great.
This one here, number 7, is pretty much for everybody. So how has your character changed since session 1?
Oh
How's your
god.
what?
Like look wise or just character wise or
I'm
Like
guessing
both?
everything.
I was literally looking up the Lavos fight. What was the question?
Yeah, this is actually a revisit of one that we
It's
did
written on the Twitch.
first time.
god.
It's changed in session 1. Oh, yeah.
I
Sorry,
mean,
what were you saying?
this question actually got held over from the first session because I thought it would be interesting revisiting it now that we've got 50 more episodes under our belt.
Mhm. So I know because we were just watching this. Was it yesterday that this the question period episode while Reed was getting the questions ready here. So I know I had said that Kiki had led a military life beforehand, was used to following orders, and now she was saying that there's another kind of way to live where you don't have to follow orders. You have a choice. And now I can honestly say that, yes, she has a choice, but also now she finds that she's following her heart more because she was this big, strong, tough person. And in the last, handful of episodes, how many times did Kiki break down and cry? Like, she never cried at the very beginning. So she has, I think I had said that she'd become softer. Well, now I'm like turning squishy heart wise and emotion wise. So definitely, I think that hard armor crust that she had around her from the military life and everything, that's definitely broken off. And now she's discovering like everything, emotions.
So are you saying that like the campaign basically cooked Kiki's crab shell?
Broke her.
You're
Yeah.
like-
Yes.
We got to the
Incredible.
gooey insides.
Yes. Very gooey.
Love
That's
that.
cute. Allie, what do you think?
Man, I mean, I kind of touched on it a little bit. I think out the gate, I really was trying to, like, y'all were very adamant about finding another solution to the Sidon issue early on when it was like, here are your 3 choices. That I think I I'd have to go back and watch it, but I think I was pretty quiet in terms of like weighing in on what we should do. If Cal had been the one to make the choice, she would have gone with Chandra's suggestion. I
Wow.
think Cal really early on got this image of being like the bleeding heart a little bit, like the, cares about, everybody and is like kind of soft and emotionally giving. And I think I didn't lean enough into the fact that that's an act, and it kind of caught up with me. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I think it was originally supposed to be a facade, and then I wasn't able to ever kind of get out from under it to the point where like I am also that person who will like in the first session, right? When Cray goes down and Cal starts crying and asks Kyra to save Cray, that was me going to Ben and being like, "You can't kill Jen on our first session." Like that was not like realistically the way that I wrote Cal, if I were writing a book and had time to like process it, she would have been like, "Oh shit, that sucks."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like Allie can't do that. And so it is very challenging to not to have played that character the way that I wanted to. So I think she started off a lot more
Mhm.
shallow, a lot more like she was intended to be fake. I think in terms of the way that I did play her, she has fleshed out a lot. I think she's gotten smarter. Like I really played her originally. I was really leaning into the like dumb valley girl kind of mean girl sort of energy, and I think like going back and listening to it, there's a lot more of that like high pitched, like silly, like whatever, and then we get into a serious moment and I'm like
Yeah.
like
Oh,
shit, it's
base.
real, okay.
Mhm.
And like and then I remember I'm like, no, she's dumb, you're playing a dumb character, shut up. So I think she's gotten smarter, and the pretend of being a bleeding heart kind of emotionally charged character kind of just became real.
Callista's very sincere compassion and caring about everybody has been such a buoy and an anchor for the so much of the story of the campaign, and it's been wonderful. And I remember when we talked about your character before, you'd be like, "Oh well, she's just like she's watching out for herself, but it's a performance. She's just putting on things." And I'd like look at the session and be like, "Okay, that's a really good act, Cal." Um,
Okay, fair enough. But like
no,
I
no,
had
no.
I had to make another character to get that out. It took some practice.
No, I mean what I mean is like you said your character shifted, and I saw the shift. I saw the shift from like it's a facade to it's real. And who you made has guided so much of the heart of the game. And so I love that. That's all.
Read.
Read.
I think the big thing here at this point is from session 50. I was talking about how Euphemian Cleon, had gone from being sort of fresh out of school and now taking up this sort of white knightness. And I think in that sense, he's sort of in the interim space become the mask. Like, he's honestly, legitimately becoming an inspiring sort of leader. But at the same time, I think he's not prepared to deal with the responsibilities of that. Like he's still, it's everything on me, and we saw a lot of that with what happened with Pythor.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That was beautifully run, by the
That
way.
was
I watched that
incredible.
episode, I don't know how many times, but it was such a good
Jesus
episode.
Christ.
I
You
didn't get the chance to yell at him about that because of the way that things paced out, but I was gonna have Cal confront him about like, I know you think you're our leader, I know we let you make the calls, but you're not actually in charge.
Oh,
It just didn't happen.
that would have been a good
Wow.
one though. That whole thing I planned for Kyra. I had actually planned out for Kyra to fucking be a boss fight and how hard she was gonna go at Reed. And then when Reed didn't defend himself, I sat there. I was trying to play cool, but I was like, at the end of the day, if he wasn't fighting back, she wouldn't kill him no matter what. And so it's just you threw such great curveballs at that. Jesus Christ.
And Tammy
Sorry.
was begging Ben on chat, don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him.
She was going to unleash, but like once she saw how broken he was, once I saw how broken he was, I was like, I can't do this. But
Tammy's over there like, don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him. And Reed's like, I've got to back up.
don't kill him, don't kill me, let me die.
And that's what
Just
he kept
let
saying.
me die.
Because I was messaging Reed too. He's like, no, I want Mel. I'm like, Reed.
I just I actually wanted that, but then once you actually stop fighting back, I realized there was no way that Kyra would deliver the killing blow to one of you all.
Like,
even
he put
even with
in jail.
Yeah. He put himself in jail, yeah.
And
Alright,
then let
Lyra.
himself out, but
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know. I
other-
think everybody sees Craze how he changed. I don't really need to reiterate that. I think, he was the skulky, bitchy ass character. Now he's just an open skulky character. So I mean, I don't know
With
what to
a
tell you,
wife.
right? So with a wife. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, say what you will about Cal and the heart and all of that, but honestly, I think Cray has been surprisingly that one that just kind of got under everybody's skin.
Mhm. There's such a I have so many thoughts on Cray. Cray is just an incredible character, but this is not my monologue to have. It's wonderful though.
Yeah, like I said, I think most people have seen it. It's not hard to see and what a person he was before and how he's changed over time. So honestly, I don't think he would have done that though without you guys. There's no way in hell. He would have never changed if it weren't for you three. So
I got emotions. Why do I have emotions that are fictional characters that aren't even in me? Like it's like she didn't aim that at me, and it's about 3 people that don't exist, and I'm still like. Sorry, Tammy, go ahead.
I was just going to say that question number 8 was if there was anything about your character that you had planned to reveal but never came up. So I know with me, I had mentioned about Kiki's boobs. I think we kind of covered everything on the very first question. So I'm going to go to question number 9. Why is Callista so invested in Melanthios?
Okay, I feel like that happened so unintentionally.
I know what you're gonna say, and I know what I'm gonna say in response, and you're gonna hate it, but go ahead.
God damn it. Okay, so I think the reason that originally Melanthios appealed to Callista is that he is who I wanted Cal to be. Like, there's this element of like, oh, by the time Cal met Melanthios, she wasn't that person anymore. But there was an element of that, like, you're me, like, last year. You know what I mean? And I think there's that element of like, I can't help but like you because you are who I was. And Cal is not the kind of person who hates herself. You know what I mean? Like some people would see that and they'd be like, ugh, God, I hate who I used to be. Like Cal's not that person. She's like, hey, you're interesting. And I think there's also an element of like seeing another bard is always exciting. That's why she latched onto Ismene. And then finally, the reason that she does her daily Melanthios check-ins was not really about him. It was about making sure that what was happening on the island of Scorpion was like okay. Like it was really there just to be like, hey, if shit hits the fan, I want to know about it.
I mean, some of them have probably turned into scorpions.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was literally like a I need to know if the Lotus Witch does any wild shit. Was really what I was mostly concerned with.
They're probably still turning into scorpions, if we're being honest.
Probably.
I never thought about it. I'm going to confess something to you all live and on air on this, the Oprah Winfrey Show. So, when you introduced Melanthios, or when we first introduced him, I described him as having these metal attachments on his fingers that when he moved his fingers up and down, it almost was like playing a xylophone or something, like an instrument. So here's the thing about me. I don't know music at all. I don't. I have a playlist of the songs that I know and like, and it's about 30 songs, and I update it with 1 or 2 new songs a year. I don't know genres. I don't know instruments. I don't know shit about music. It is this weird illiteracy that I have. When Allie reacted to this, the music thing, about how cool that was, I don't know if my face shows on screen because I kept a poker face, but I thought, she's too impressed with this. I went on Google while you guys were playing, and that's how I found out that instrument does not exist, and I have no idea how that entered my head. That was not a
Oh.
character flare. I literally thought that was a thing. And the fact that Allie reacted like it was a creative idea, I was just like, I'm world building.
Also, fun fact for those of you who don't know, I'm married to a percussionist. So the fact that I had not heard of anything like that was very much like but I've heard of every percussion instrument.
Not the ones that don't exist, bitch.
I thought of it
Um,
like almost like like castanets, but like on a small scale,
That's
which
what I
seems
was thinking
so
of, castanets.
So cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of castanets. I
But
thought it was a
castanets
thing.
are like 1 in 1, not like it's so cool. Love
That's
it.
why it was a cool one.
Want it to exist. Somewhere between finger cymbals and castanets. Very
I've
cool.
had that
Cool.
on my chest for a year. that was not a real instrument, and I didn't want to take time out of the immersion to break your immersion even further. Please continue the questions while I sit in shame.
All right. So, because we're at our time for our break, we've got one last question here. So we figured we'll forget about the spoiler ones because it was only 2, and then we can do our other fun stuff after. But for the last question here is, if the campaign, oh, I should probably hit it here, right? 10. If the campaign ended here, what would be your 1980s movie style freeze frame epilogue for your character?
Oh, how would they end?
Where
What would the
are
epilogue?
they now? Kind of thing.
Well, you guys are going to basically get to do that if you win.
If.
But let's
If you
pitch
don't.
ideas.
Oh boy.
I feel like this is too hard for me to think of on the spot.
I know, right?
Well, I've been giving some thought to where he would go, where Cleon would go from this point. And some of the ideas I've pitched, I think he's going to go back to being a teacher. So either at the academy or potentially going to the Scorpion Island and, essentially trying to help the centaurs undo the curse.
That's a good one.
Funny bit of trivia I just noticed when I went and got our dinner at McDonald's tonight. There's a dealership across the street. It's called Centaur Subaru. I'm like, oh my God.
Amazing.
I think that for Kiki, in the time that she and Cleon would be together, she would certainly follow him. And while he's teaching at the academy, she'd be putting around trying to figure out what she could do. Because, she basically has to try everything that there is because it's no longer the military life. So she kind of wants to be able to experience a little bit of everything. So she'll kind of go fly around with Starlight, take a look and see what's going on, maybe help the academy with cartography kind of thing and outlines and stuff like that of some of the islands. And then if she's not with him, then she'll be maybe going back to the forge and like putting around there. She might give Meat Man, you know what, I'll be your apprentice for a couple months. Just literally jack of all trades. She wants to try it all.
You become a bard. I like it.
Maybe not barding. No, I don't think she'd be able to handle an instrument.
Reed, is that true? Sorry. Jen.
Cartographic Kiki. Cartography.
I feel like I don't get to answer this one because I have all the NPCs and you guys are telling their story. This is combat, like when the ones left alive. Okay, like I don't know. So anyway, Jen, go ahead. Careful with spoilers. I just realized, but go ahead.
Like I don't know how to actually answer this honestly. So it's like if Cray was like, what would be the subtitle for Cray in a sense, like what he would be in the future?
Yeah, like
Yeah, what is he
imagine,
doing after?
at the end of the movies, like Animal House,
American
so
Graffiti.
and so ended up
Cray went
going
on
to
to
jail.
be-
I would say Honestly, I mean, the obvious answer would that he'd be like a family man. I think, you
Mhm.
know,
I
he'd
think he
be.
would definitely give it a good try.
Yeah, I think he would try. Honestly, I think that what's that one movie where was
Family
it
Guy,
Mr. and Miss Smith or whatever,
Mr. and Mrs.
and
Smith. Yeah.
where they were actually like assassins or something. So I think he'd be like that. I think he'd be like, yeah, I'm totally a family man. Here's my mom. Here's my dad. I finally found my family. We're all together. Blah blah blah. But actually, he's like, I don't know, doing espionage for King Cleon and Queen Kiki on like I don't know Astoria or something. Like you know what I mean? Like just do some weird ass shit.
Oh,
Like
see,
just
my
to
honey,
see.
let me go to the market and get the milk and the bread. And in the meantime, he goes and pulls off a hit.
Right?
Drop off
Spin-off
the
mini
intel.
campaign. Spin-off mini campaign about crazed children in the style of Spy Kids.
Oh my
Now.
god.
Yes. I
You know.
see. I see Craig going to the market to pull off an assassination real fast, and going like into the palace where the assassination would be, and Seema's just standing in the room, standing there, going, "You said you were done with this," and just like that's how I see that.
Kind of like
Amazing.
The Incredibles, right? You know, where
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Allie, what was about yours?
I feel like the answer is kind of similar to what Jen said. I, honest to God, had never expected Callista to like. I was like, Callista's gonna live and die being a hedonist and selfish, and
Hmm.
even if she loves her friends and family, she doesn't want to be responsible for anybody else. And then Ismene, the little baby dragon, happened, and I think there was this moment of like between Ismene and her little brother, there was that moment of like, oh, I think Cal's gonna be a mom for a
Wow.
little bit,
Mm.
like in one way or the other. You know what I mean? Like she was an orphan, so maybe she'll go take care of orphans or something. But like I think there's gonna be a little bit of time where Cal's a mom.
That's cool, actually.
She's the
Think
leader
of
of the
like
If it works
orphanage.
out.
Mhm.
If it works out.
Andres is gonna fuck.
Oh, God.
I don't think
That's
anyone was worried about that.
yeah,
No.
exactly.
Well,
Actually, I thought about it. I was trying to think of NPCs and stuff like that I could say something for. I said this before about nihilism, and it's something that I think about a lot. Is that the idea of nihilism isn't that life has no meaning. It's that life only has the meaning that you give it. And I think that Chandra's would. How do I put this? Okay, this is going to get a weird, just philosophical views. There's some beliefs that religion, you believe in it because it's true. You believe in Christianity because you really believe that Jesus Christ died for our sins. There's also the approach of religion that you believe in it not because you think it's true, but because it makes you a better person. You believe in Christianity because keeping these commandments in your heart helps you to be nicer. That's where I was for a while. I think Chandras might go back to being a priest for Lutheria. With the understanding that the pursuit of pleasure and being true to yourself is its own goal because it makes you a better person, not because Lutheria asked you to.
Very nice.
That's my thought.
Good thought on that. I am curious. One last little question before we head on off or anything. And I've just been dying to know what this is. So, Ben, if you were to play a character as Odyssey of the Dragonlords, what would the race and class be? I have to know. I have to know.
Calculating.
Theater bard, actually, but College of Glamour or College of Lore. And he would be convinced that he doesn't match up to the other heroes, and his destiny must be. He would be unsure that the destiny really applies to him. He would think that he was the exception or there was a mistake. He would latch onto things like Versi saying that she sees timelines, not truths. And he would be terrified that he might actually be the one that the prophecy was about. Mechanically, a lot of similarities to Callista, but very little confidence, very much subservient to other people until he realized truly what the stakes were and that whether the prophecy is true, he's in a position to protect and help other people. So he's going to act like it is.
Wow.
That is
cool.
the approach I would have had for him. That's my first thought. I love making characters that one way or another have no business being in the situation that they're in. It's my through line for a lot of them. That's why when I was a player in Curse of Strahd, I played a divine celestial warlock who was friends with the unicorn and wanted to express the message of kindness because I wanted to see how much being kind would get you in Barovia. And so I would want somebody, if the game gives you an epic destiny, I would want somebody that fundamentally does not accept that he is destined.
Mm.
He'd probably also be the cursed one like Cray. He'd probably have Lutheria's plotline.
So basically, when you played in Curse of Strahd, you're the Barovian version of a Care Bear.
Yeah, he was a celestial warlock, and I refuse to take any memory charm things because the philosophy of kindness is complicated and nuanced because it isn't kind to let wicked deeds happen. But it's also not kind to hurt people pointlessly. So they have to draw the line. But there is no foothold in his philosophy for challenging the free will of others. So he had no charm magic in his inventory.
That is so cool. I love that.
Oops. That's something that I've done with Cleon.
Mhm.
Cleon, I don't have any enchantment spells at all in the spell list that I have because he doesn't believe, he's been under the yoke of someone else. He doesn't believe in doing that to others.
Actually, yeah,
I like that.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Other than when you had disguised yourself as a woman.
I mean,
like on purpose.
That's something entirely different. I'm not going through and modifying somebody's mind like that.
Like modify memory or
true,
charm
true,
purse or
true.
something. Nothing that affects how they think.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's really cool, actually. That's a really
So-
neat thing. That
I
would-
love it when character personality traits manifest in spell choices. I love it when you take suboptimal spell choices
Absolutely.
or, tailor your spell choices because of the character.
It's a lot of fun. It's
Love
a
it.
lot of fun.
Did it a lot with my druid.
That's
Yes.
cool.
So are we skipping the spoiler questions? Or are we
Yep.
doing them? All
Yeah,
right.
we can, they weren't much of anything. It was just our thoughts.
My only thought, and I can say this without spoiling anybody, was when I said the thing, I thought to myself, there's no fucking way I pulled this off. And when you guys had your reaction, I was checking, I was like, did you guys have any thought? I was literally thinking to myself, I'm like, there's no way I pulled this off to the point that they were surprised. They have to be being polite to me. And then when I realized you guys were genuinely surprised, I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever done in my game. This is my moment. So that's all I can say. That's all I say without saying anything else.
Oh my gosh. I was just checking one. I don't know if this is a question. It was on the question of the week thing. I don't know if that's what it is, but it was like, if we were to retire, what kind of shop would be open?
Well, what?
What kind of shop would you open if you're going to retire?
Oh,
Like that.
Cockerbees. What business would you run? Yeah.
Oh my god. Kiki,
I
what was
refuse to
yours?
participate in capitalism.
Okay. Fair answer, but
It would take
Kara's opening the
exactly
bookstore.
35 minutes for Cleon to get so fed up that he vaporizes a customer and walks away from the whole thing.
Kara's opening a used bookstore.
oh,
No
okay, yeah.
other way around that.
How about you, Allie? Tammy?
I think bards are us kind of. I think fine inks and paper and quills and scrolls and basically like Fantasy Office Depot with a little section for instruments.
I think Kiki
Oh.
would be kind of like that hippie style little hut there where it's all like handmade jewelry out of dried grasses and seashells and stuff like that.
I love that.
Fresh pearls.
You know, my first thought I think with Cray would be like having a convenience store, you know? Just be like, hey, want a
Nice.
Slurpee? Here's a Slurpee. Or like, yeah, fantasy, Circle K or something. Or
But everything that he carries
Circle Cray.
restores at least a couple HP.
right? Yes.
Because you
like,
never know. You'll need
yeah,
it.
that's
You
right.
never
It's
know.
like a good berry store, right?
Oh,
It's
no.
just good berries. That's
It-
all they.
it-
That's all they.
Puts to mind Rupert Grint with his money after going through and buying from Harry Potter. He's gone through and bought an ice cream truck, but he doesn't have the license for the ice cream truck to actually sell ice cream. So
He's
he just
giving
drives
away.
around and gives away ice cream.
That's incredible.
Circle
You know,
Cray.
it just seems like it, right? Like Circle Cray. But it's like I figured with his connections in the Cult of the Snake, they'd be like, oh, I need to have, I don't know, some weird black market thing. And I'll be like, yeah, don't worry, man,
Oh,
I got
you
you.
mean
But
James Bond type of
no,
gadgets?
like an actual convenience store. So if you're like, oh,
Oh.
you need a can of sardines or something, you have it. But offshoot, just be like, yo, I got what you need, yo.
Cray, the famously Cray's dialect. All right. I think that's it. Are we gonna go to break, come back, play Jackbox?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
All right.
let's do it.
If
All right.
you listen to all this, stay tuned. Come back. We're gonna be playing Jackbox with you. You guys can jump in. Reed's hosting. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen, but
Alas.
yeah, get in here. You're all beautiful people. I'll see you all soon. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Hi.
There we go.
Hi. Welcome to Roll for Bowl second half. We are. Oh, Reed, take it from here.
Yeah, so we're going to be playing some Jackbox games, and I'm just going to have to arrange a couple of screens around here.
Nice sneeze. I can't believe you took that.
Really
Ben, you're
good
very
chicken.
faint.
Oh, I meant. I said I sneezed, and I can't believe that you took it in stride. Is it better?
Yeah, we didn't hear you sneeze at all.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Oh, that's me. I need to move, don't I?
All right.
So I need to just
uh,
change our video feeds here. Just give me a quick second.
Okay.
Because as it stands right now,
Are we live? Oh, yeah.
yeah, we're live, but it wasn't letting me actually adjust these in the pre-live.
Yeah, I
phase.
see.
don't
I
know
see.
why.
GameBot says that the music is a little loud.
Okay.
Fatima,
change it
we're
to-
going to be hosting a Jackbox game, everybody. So, sorry for the confusion. We're hosting a Jackbox games for people to jump in and get to play with us. Yeah, there are
We
two.
need to
You're
let
welcome.
the magic Reed deal with his magic.
There's wizardry. Yep.
Yeah.
I
because-
cannot help it. I saw this thing on Instagram and where you talked about having a wizard come in suddenly into a D&D campaign, and all of a sudden they did the he does fireball or whatever. And now I have that fireball song because that's what they overlaid it with. That's that fireball song, and it's in my head every single time I see a wizard now. I'm like fireball.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
Sorry. What?
Oh. I just realized that if we have to draw stuff, I've got an advantage. I've got my little stylus on my phone.
Where's
How dare you?
Oh, yeah.
Ah! Sorry.
one of these? Actually, there it is. Hey, we're almost there.
Hey.
We got 5 wonderful people here. There we go.
I was going to say, yeah, because it's like me and Jen's living room seems to be sort of mashed up. There's Jen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Although her camera seems to be a little to the right.
I can always
left.
change that.
Yeah.
You need me to change that.
All right. I mean, I'm a little off center relative to how it is, but
We
it's
can
not
work with
that big
We
a
can
deal.
work with that,
Yeah. You can see my ugly face, so we're good to go.
Oh,
Say that.
And yeah, so I think we're ready to go.
Okay, let me explain this to somebody that doesn't know what it is. Okay, so if you're watching and you have not played, my energy's back. If you're watching and you haven't played Jackbox games is basically in the audience, you alone can play with us. All you have to do is open a web browser phone, go to jackbox.tv, and from there it'll ask you the login information. We're encouraging you guys to play with us, right, Reed? We want all these people because we see 5 people in. But Gamerbot, Fatima, Serena, all of these people, feel free to jump in and join in the game. That's what we're doing here right now. Sorry, we're so used to Jackbox games that it seems like a little self-explanatory, but I realized after this, I'm like, oh, I don't really know if they know.
Yep.
But yeah, fuckers, get in here. Come play with us.
Yeah, we've got a room code up there and everything.
There we go.
So y'all can join us.
Yeah, open your web browser, go to jackbox.tv.
Yes.
Jackbox.tv.
You can't see the code? It should be on there on the screen. It's GZQA.
It is. Or GZQA for Canadians.
So for real people, it's GZQA.
And for
GZ.
the remainder of the world, it's GZ.
I like that. Like Britain is very like we are the exception, and then America's like we're the exception to them.
Well, you've got, B, C, D. How many other letters need to just rhyme? Z can stand alone. It's the last letter of the alphabet.
Canada will stand alone.
I mean, we have been so far.
That's fair.
I think I did
All
it
right,
right.
I'm ready for us to dive in.
All right.
But I mean, I don't dictate everything, but.
All right. Well, I will join everybody in, and we will get it going live. So this one,
like my dad owes me $10.
yeah, we have to survive the
There's
internet.
actually enough room on the internet for everybody, so feel free to join the audience and vote along. All right, let's launch this sucker.
Oh, a cat.
Hey there, my name is Todd. Believe it or not, the internet can be more than just a productive tool. It can also be used for a little fun. Let me show you. Before we begin, check out this quick tutorial.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Partyboy7 here to teach you how to play Survive the Internet. So in each round, you'll get a prompt on your device. Go ahead and answer it. Those responses will then be sent to another player. The objective is to twist these words in the most ridiculous way possible. So if my friend Paul said selfie sticks are, quote, super dumb, then I would take him
Can I
out of
actually
context.
pause it? It's not
Say
an
we're on a
actual
news
video.
site. Their super dumb would be an
Oh, you
outrageous
escape.
comment to what headline?
Escape?
Oh, I got it.
All right. So could you not hear it at all, or was it just very quiet, Fatima? We'll update the tech right now, because we love you.
Quiet. Okay,
Just quiet.
I'll bring it up to try to match it to our volumes then.
All right. There we go.
Everybody then votes on whose comment looks the most absurd. I get rewarded for writing the twist, and Paul gets some pity points for looking foolish. The person with the most points at the end of the game wins. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please. I feel so empty inside.
Let's start things off at a web forum.
Oh boy.
Okay, you're getting a prompt on your device. Don't overthink your response. Just follow your gut.
How's the volume now? Are we okay, or do we need to go higher?
It's fine for me.
You're getting another player's answer on your device. Take these words out of context in the most ridiculous way you can.
I like how GamerBot's playing too. Got
Yeah.
Fatima.
We got Fatima. Yeah, I made sure that the code was hidden long enough just so that we could see it.
Yeah.
I've put
Well,
in my
here goes
answer.
nothing.
Oh.
Respect
I
that.
love that.
That's
That's not
fair.
the question I answered.
I mean, too real.
So sad.
That's
Well then.
awesome.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Who looks the most ridiculous here? Place your vote now.
Look, don't judge.
I like
I have
them
a
all,
fake
though.
people phobia.
That's fair.
Allie, you're having too much fun.
I think it's a lot.
Let's see how everybody voted.
No.
This is who
Oh my
burned you.
goodness.
They get some
Fatima.
points,
Well done.
Yeah.
and you, the victim, get some pity points.
We're gonna be stuck here and just showing off the fact
Good
that
grief.
we're the least talented comedians of our entire audience.
Yeah, that's where this plays out.
Who should I be the most proud of? Let's find out.
Holy cow, that's awesome.
Great. Now let's go to check-in site. Your second prompt is being sent to your device. Please answer it.
Bit of a bop.
I hope this inspires you. Take this quote out of context so it makes its author look ridiculous.
God, I wonder how this is all gonna look like.
Apparently, I can't print my microphone. It didn't work.
You can't print to your microphone?
Drink it. I just
Oh.
grabbed it thinking it was my water bottle, and then I spilled water on myself. I'm really doing good.
I mean, your microphone is black and your bottle's blue. How would you
I-
mess that up?
They're both cylindrical.
That's what she said.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
anyone else's
I
heart
tried
racing
way
right
too
now?
hard in my jokes. I tried way too hard in my jokes. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
That's clever. I like that one. That's amazing.
Oh!
put way too much thought into that. There's a lot of world building in
Tell
this
us.
game, and I regret it.
Uh-huh.
Continuity.
We're gonna have it.
Oh
That's social commentary.
no! Oh
Oh my god, I love it
Here
all.
are your candidates. Now place your votes. Here's what people think.
Wow.
Lego World was clever.
Getting pretty evenly distributed votes, though, so that's good.
Yeah.
I like that you can vote for your own. Like, I can vote for the one
Let's see
I
what that round did to things.
Whoa, what the heck?
wrote. Dang!
A lot of
Dark
money.
horse.
Let's keep this party train moving and go to a social networking site.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Another prompt is headed your way. Now get to it.
I kind of hope people don't read all of mine because I don't know how to discuss it.
All right, let's do the twist.
Oh, this is tricky. I do want to learn how to make figures. We're not marked as for children, so you're allowed to swear. You can be pretty profane. Just don't be like lewd or patently offensive.
Yeah. Just don't answer the question the way that I instinctively almost did.
We have a reputation to
Let's see
maintain.
how this pans out.
It does just work. That's true. That's canon. I did a lot of work with an absent comma.
Wow.
I have questions.
She's here.
Heyo.
Heyo! Oh my god.
All right, let's get those votes in.
I mean, it's hard to say who looks the most ridiculous.
Yeah. Absolutely just voting for
Let's see
which
who
one I
got
like
the
best.
votes.
Yeah, 100%.
God damn!
Somebody took it away there. Fatima.
Yet
Yes.
again.
So
You look
good.
like a
Glorious.
buffoon.
Not a comedian, okay?
Let's check out the
That was definitely
scoreboard,
not the
shall we?
answer or the question I was answering.
Well, that's the point.
I know. I was like, what the?
And our last stop of the game will be at a photo sharing site.
Oh, no.
Give this one your all
Right.
because points are worth double in this round.
This is always the
Alright.
trickiest
I'm
one.
just gonna say some swears. I'm
All
gonna say
right,
some
here's
swears.
your
That's all
last
I'm doing.
prompt. You know what to do.
I'm gonna do is say some swears. Bottom, get in here.
That nail polish.
It's the last round, so don't hold anything back.
That's my whole strategy, just to say some swears. It'll be on your device, Fatima, shortly. I mean, stay up to 2 a.m. is really catching up with me today.
No, you wouldn't have seen a picture. It was just a text prompt. And then the picture that, or the response should have a picture in it.
Gulp. It all comes down to this.
I mean, he didn't lie.
I was really proud of that.
That looks like
I can explain.
We'd rather you didn't.
Yeah, honestly, those are tree nuts.
You're not wrong.
That's amazing.
good team.
Shadow Man. Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Okay.
I
time
don't
to vote.
remember that cryptid.
My brain power hitting nothing.
Let's see who got the points. Whoa, buddy. It all comes down to this.
I did not budge at all.
Wow.
Man,
All
Fatima
that
just came in here and
matters
I
wrecked
know.
us.
Just
Yeah.
killed it. Woo, good job.
All right, we're
Congrats.
banning our
I
audience.
always knew it'd be you.
That was ridiculous.
You're not allowed to be
That's
funnier
awesome.
than us on our own channel.
Do we want to do a
Jesus
different game
Christ.
or more of the same?
Anyway,
All right, let's try a different game.
Okay.
Yeah, different one.
most time spent writing? Wow.
Almost
Pretty even
all.
funny.
All right, so let's. I'm just gonna kick it out of here. And that's messed
I do like
things up a
Jackbox,
little
it's
bit,
fun.
but we're just gonna close this out. And y'all should have been disconnected. We'll bring
I'm
up
gonna
a
have a
different
new
game.
code.
We're gonna run back again soon. Read, your cameras are all crazy.
They
It'll
just
come back
resolved
once he
themselves.
figures it out.
Yeah.
Bottom, you did amazing.
Split
Oh
the
my
room.
god, so fun.
Sure.
Split the room. Well, you know, actually, hold on, wait. You should do, what was it? Well, there's another one that I want. What is it? Trivium. You know, your host.
Trivia Murder Party.
Yeah, I was gonna say Trivia
That's
Murder
so
Party.
fun.
I do love
Okay.
Trivia Murder Party.
I've got Trivia Murder Party from 3, and I think I've got number 2 from pack 6. Any preference?
Nope.
No, we can go with either one.
Okay, this is gonna be more loud here in just a sec.
That's okay. We're not judging Fatima.
I might.
Of course,
I'm
that's
judging
you.
constantly. I'm judging constantly, but she's always coming out on top. So.
Okay.
Ellie, I saw your face. That is not what I
Oh,
meant.
we get more eyebrows.
Oh, now my Jackbox is in French.
Ooh,
Okay, blue.
Tapez le code à 4 lettres.
c'est impossible.
Ah, mais non, c'est génial!
All
Oui.
right. So we are going. Let's get this back to here. And you should see the room code.
Why is it asking for another password?
Yeah, it's asking for a password. What is the
Wait,
B?
what's the password you
5-digit
put on this?
password. Oh, join as player?
WJXS.
Oh,
Nope, Reed, you put a password on this.
What? No, I didn't.
Yeah.
You
it's
so
asking
did,
us
you
to-
saucy bitch.
don't.
Look at it. It's got the lock symbol at the bottom. Go
Ah!
to your preferences. You saucy bitch. See? You have the use filtered questions, no drawing, audience, and password protected.
How do I turn that off? It doesn't.
Go to back. Go
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Go to settings. And change it.
I
You
literally bought this yesterday. There's no way that I set that. All right.
Listen, I'm sorry that I called you a saucy bitch.
I don't think you are.
Oh, he's gonna get you now.
I'm not even. You've
Oh, look at
destroyed
that.
so many of my game plans.
Yet.
It
Yet.
says no Americans playing.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. I'm seeing what we do.
Wait! Stop!
It's just people
I-
signing in. You're fine,
Am I
Hal.
supposed to press this button? So
Um,
everybody's in?
Once, if you're the first person who started in, you should
Oh.
see
Hey,
everybody who's
that's
joined.
me. Let me know.
Jackbox is not a subscription. You just have to own the game and then you can play it forever.
Are we
So
good?
Hold on.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just hitting the bell.
It's when
Okay.
people are logging in.
Oh, we're fully in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's max capacity, baby.
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, here we go.
All right, let's do some murders.
Yeah.
The local residents familiar with the abandoned building's history know it simply as the Murder Hotel.
The infamous hotel
Uh-oh.
was run by a
Crazy.
mysterious family for several generations until close.
He and Ben.
Related news: the Trivia Murder Party
As if there's
killer
another
is
Ben
still
here.
on the loose.
I mean,
What's
why
my
not?
favorite
Ooh, the
description? When you go-
central.
is when you
Milios?
hear the,
I'm being held against my will.
Oh, hey.
Always that scream, man. Gets me every time.
This is your wake-up call. Prepare to die. Welcome to Trivia Murder Party. Death's in the air, and there's free coffee in the lobby. Only one of you will survive. Also, I'm trying to run this place as a legit hotel on the side, so try to keep your screams to a minimum so you don't disturb the other guests. Okay, thanks. Alright,
Hey,
first
bye.
question. How many strings do most violins have?
My wife owns a violin. Hold on.
Use your device to answer the question.
I don't know about
Yeah, but you're not my wife.
That's true. Only in pretend.
That's true. You are my that's, I'm going to unpack
Will
that now.
stop. And the correct answer is... Who got the question right?
I just lost my whole marriage.
I just lost my
The
whole
rest
marriage.
of you, come with me.
I play brass.
Welcome to room 113. The hairdryer's broken, sorry. Ah, the lost art of letter writing. I'm going to
Bring it
dictate a
on.
message to you.
Oh shit.
Write down as much of what I say as you can.
I cannot
The
hear
player who writes the
anything.
fewest of my words will die. Okay, starting letter now. Dear person who was behind me in line at the coffee shop, I am sorry you knew what you wanted, but were frustrated that I was taking a minute to decide. Some of us prefer to live in the moment. Now you will die in a moment. Look out your window. Time's up. Okay, now let me just collect your letters. And what's the
I'm
result?
very-
So hard.
Yikes, one of you did real bad.
I've got one skill in life, and it's my typing speed.
I am half deaf.
Don't worry. Remember, dead players are still players.
And I'm
Just
trying
more
to hear it
see-through.
on an audio
Keep
that's
playing,
like
and
half
you just might steal
right
someone
now
else's
because,
life
like,
force and win the game.
sitting in my head. Yeah. And I don't want it being picked up too much by my
Let's
mic.
try another one. In what language was the Gutenberg Bible printed?
If I got that one wrong, it's not my fault.
Whose fault would it be then?
I'm pretty sure I got it wrong.
My thumb.
Time for
Yeah.
out. Who picked this?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
The rest of you,
No,
it's time.
honey,
I'm
no.
glad I got that right because I went to see the Gutenberg printing press. I have seen the
Welcome back
Gutenberg
to the
Bible.
killing room.
That's why.
I still can't believe Steve.
Okay, this one is more of an experience.
Steve Gutenberg.
He hasn't been the same
I
since
read
the
a Marie Kondo
Stonecutters
book, and
stopped
now I need to
propping
get
him
rid
up.
of a bunch of crap. Pick a box
What?
and keep what's inside. Avoid the ones with air holes.
Have I not? Hello?
Allie, you gotta pick one.
It won't let. Oh, there was only one left. Great.
Oh no.
My mother's wig. It's a good thing I'm not one of those dummies that easily gets tricked by wigs. Oh, hello, Mother. I didn't know you were playing the game. I hope you do well. Oh, also, there's an audience in the game. If they survive, you die. If you're not ready now, you can join the audience whenever. It's like super low crush.
It's gonna stay on.
Yeah,
I love
it
it.
actually
You
affects
have
your
a
stat. Like, it affects
Let's
everything.
keep moving. I
If you-
ask myself this question every Christmas season. What the f*** is myrrh? If you're in the audience, you should answer too.
I wish I could Google this.
Almost out of time.
I mean, you might be able to, but you need more time.
You have to be quick.
Well, and
Yes.
that's cheating. Are you
Yeah, but-
kidding?
Your life is on the line here.
Oh no, Mother! I couldn't bear to send you to the killing floor. I guess I'll have to punish everyone else instead.
Nice.
We have to die because Allie agrees.
Congrats! All of
You
you,
guys
are
picked
entered
the
in my
other
scratch
box.
ticket giveaway.
We got it
Scratch and
right.
Find $3 to live. If you keep scratching, I'll give you cash for every $sign you find. But if you scratch off even one skull, you die. Happy scratching!
Uh-oh.
Come on, you could scratch more.
Oh,
How many do we need to survive?
I think you need to. I don't know.
The contest is almost over.
We're not doing good.
Come on, Ben. Start
Do it.
scratching.
I'm scratching. I got 4.
We know what a losing ticket means.
Holy,
holy shit! Oh, we're all dead.
It was a slaughter.
I didn't think I was really pushing my luck at my second one.
I accomplished in one round what I've never been able to do at D&D.
Ben, I have voted against you every opportunity, and you keep fucking me up.
When the players left alive, we'll go to the final round.
Love.
Oh, there's
Next
only
question.
people alive.
Oh, it's just Allie and
Which
me
plant
now.
grows the fastest?
I didn't see the last
Bring
one.
it on, honey. I am your doom.
50-50.
Time's running out. Who picked this?
Oh, wow, actually. Fuck. Crazy.
I can't keep saving you, Mother. Time for consequences.
Allison, last name I'm not sure was ever said online.
This one lets you protect yourself with the password. Enter a real 4-letter word with your device.
Okay, so Allie's gonna enter a 4-letter
Don't
word,
make
and
it
we also
easy.
all work
If someone
together to figure out what it
cracks
is.
your password, you die. Now
Okay, so
everyone
all of
else
this
will
thing-
try to crack the password. As a team, guess the password on your device. You get a clue if your guess has a letter in the right spot.
Amy's mom said game. We're
If
gonna check.
anyone figures out the password before time
that wasn't
runs
it.
out,
We
I
checked
will
butt.
reward you all. This is a team effort, so share clues out loud with each other.
Oh, is that what we're supposed to do?
Yeah, it's blank C, blank T.
Blank U, blank T.
Oh, whatever. What is it? What is it? What is it?
Oh,
What was it?
Well, I hope the rest of your passwords are harder
Quit.
than that.
Nicely done.
I hate having to do this, Mother.
When you said blank U, blank T, I was like, how many people? How many people are gonna put it?
Only one of you
Behold.
is still alive.
We'll just have to kill you in the
You know
last
what
one.
that means.
In the
Yeah.
big run to the finish. That's where everybody gets evened out.
Glad to see you're the one to make it here alive. But will
Thank
you be
you.
the one to escape?
No.
I'm going to give you a category. Major greenhouse gases. Tap each answer that fits the category. Let's see the right answers. You move forward one space for each correct answer. You're on your way to escaping. Oh wait, did you think it was going to be just you? Aw, that's cute. If
Bring
a
it.
ghost catches up with you, they will steal your life force. Then they can escape and win the game. Here's everyone's next question. And they get a third chance to help them catch up to you. Time is almost up. Does the audience know they can play this part? Shirley Chaplin Films.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
You're doing bad, guys.
Emilios, no! Get back,
10
get back, get
letter
back.
words.
Oh no. 17 was my downfall.
You can't outrun that ghost forever. Don't fall behind.
Fuck away from me, Emilios.
Here comes the darkness.
Take him out.
You can have a Cerberus in your next session so
Coca-Cola
fast.
brands. Time is almost up.
I've never heard any of those.
Oh,
Almost every one of
buddy.
Let the
Damn me,
darkness
no.
consume you. Arthropods.
Bottom, I'm sorry you can't
Avenge
play.
me, Cleon.
I'm still kind of behind here.
Yikes, there's a ghost right behind you. Akira Kurosawa films.
Kurosawa and Mad Films, gotta make films, but if I didn't have a samurai.
Hi, everybody.
That was just gone. Let's ride.
Canadian
Oh.
national holiday.
Oh my god, now they ask that? Stupid.
Time is almost up. Pass me the popcorn. This one's close.
Oh, this is close.
British Prime Ministers.
Die?
Yeah, right away.
No, I got over. No.
You
Really,
stole some
no.
yummy life force.
Oh, we both overtook you. What's this all about?
Gymnastics moves.
What's a gymnastics?
That one was too easy.
Amelia, you gotta get all three right.
Not so fast. If you want to break through that barrier, you'll need a perfect answer to this question. And that includes the third answer choice now, too.
Oh, there we go. Nicely done.
We had the whole game over a barrel from start to finish until those last couple of questions. Jeez.
Nicely done.
It's usually the way it goes, yeah.
Wonderful.
I really like this
wonderful
one.
work. Excellent. Elias, good job. Good job. You're not
Elias.
making it out next Thursday.
Some dumber people died.
All right, Reed. I think I'm out for tonight. If you guys want to keep going without me,
Yeah.
but I think I'm.
But I think that's
Good.
it, yeah, for me too.
Yeah.
But thank you, everybody. What a wonderful day. Wonderful.
Thank you for this
game.
100. We will resume next week with the final battle, which is going to take a few more months to do the
Continuation.
same. Yeah.
Yes.
The autistic tree wins. What the heck?
That's what he plays in
Oh.
Odyssey of the
Oh,
Dragonlords.
his game. Okay. Okay, that makes sense now.
Thank you all for this. Thank you, Tammy, for hosting, for Reed for hosting, Jin and Allie for being pretty, and Ben for being beautiful. All right.
Yes. Thank you
See you
guys all
later.
so much. It was wonderful. Good to see everybody.
Reed, yes,
Glad
you're
we got
pretty
some
too.
questions.
Pete's gorgeous.
That was
And on that note, see y'all.
Happy New Year, everybody.
You guys have a
Happy
good
New Year.
Happy New Year!
Love you,
Happy
everybody.
2024!
Happy 2024.